One early morning, when the sun was still hidden behind the forest trees, the Buddha and his monks left the monastery to continue their journey of teaching. The road they took that day led to a vast plain where a great river flowed endlessly, its water rushing with strong currents. When they reached the riverbank, the monks stopped. Before them lay a wide river, the waves beating against the shore, echoing through the forest. On the other side of the river were lush green trees, shady groves, and abundant fruits. On this side, however, it was dry and barren, full of thorns, mosquitoes, and dangerous animals lurking about. Everyone wished to cross over, yet looking at the fierce currents, they could not help but feel anxious. One disciple approached the Buddha and said, "Blessed One, this river is too wide. If we try to wade across, we may be swept away. How can we possibly reach the other side?" The Buddha smiled gently, his eyes gazing far into the distance toward the opposite bank. Then he slowly asked the assembly, "Monks, suppose a man is on this bank, where there are thorns, dangers, and wild beasts, and he wishes to go across to the other bank, where it is safe, peaceful, and pleasant. What should that man do?" The monks remained silent for a moment. Then one answered, "Blessed One, he could gather branches, grass, and vines, and tie them together into a raft. With that raft, he could use his hands and feet to paddle, and in this way, he might cross safely to the other side." "Excellent!" The Buddha nodded. Indeed, with wisdom and effort, that man could overcome the danger and reach safety. The Buddha paused, then continued, "But once he has crossed to the other side, do you think he should carry the raft upon his shoulders and take it with him on his journey?" The monks all shook their heads. "No, Blessed One. If he were to carry such a heavy raft, he would not be able to travel far. Once he has crossed safely, he should leave the raft behind and go on freely." The Buddha nodded again, a serene smile upon his face. "Just so, monks. The Dharma I teach is like that raft. It is meant to carry you from the shore of ignorance and suffering to the shore of wisdom, peace, and liberation. But once you have reached the other shore, you should not cling to the raft. If you hold on tightly to the Dharma, thinking that attachment itself is loyalty, then you have not yet attained true freedom." His voice was calm yet clear, filled with compassion. The Dharma is not something to grasp and possess. It is to be practiced. It is a skillful means, a path to overcome affliction. But once liberation is realized, you must let go of all attachments, even attachment to the Dharma itself. Only then will the mind be truly free, unbound, and at peace. Hearing these words, the monks were deeply moved. One of them spoke with reverence. "Blessed One, your teaching is profound. From now on we shall remember, the Dharma is to be practiced and relied upon to overcome suffering, not to be clung to as a possession." The Buddha looked at them with kindness and said, "Monks, be diligent in your practice. Before crossing the river, you must rely on the raft, but once you have crossed, you should leave the raft behind. That is the path to true liberation." When he finished, the Buddha and his disciples continued on their way. The river still roared, and the waves still crashed against the bank. But within the hearts of the monks, all anxiety was stilled. They walked mindfully, carrying with them the image of the raft, a precious lesson on their path of practice. The Dharma is only a skillful means, a tool to overcome suffering, not something to cling to. Once one has attained peace and liberation, one must also let go of attachment to the Dharma itself. True wisdom lies in knowing how to use the means when needed and how to let go when the time comes.